All right, you guys, we are going to practice using our observation skills, our five senses, to observe the properties of an object. And the object I have for us to use today is this pumpkin because it is almost Halloween. And I love October. I love Halloween. I think it's so much fun. And so I think it'll be really fun for us to practice using a pumpkin. And so the first thing we're going to do is we're going to talk about the size of the pumpkin. So go ahead and look at it. Take a good look. Think about how we can describe the size of my pumpkin. All right, I'm going to choose a couple words to describe my pumpkin. I think that this pumpkin, it's fat. It's definitely fat. It's kind of small. It's not really too big. It's pretty short, definitely, and it's kind of light. It's not very heavy because it's not that big. It's not very heavy. So those are some ways that I was describing the size of my pumpkin. But the stem is definitely long, so because I can hold on to it with my whole hand. Now we can look at the shape of the pumpkin. So I want you to look at the shape. See how you can describe the shape of our pumpkin. So it's kind of round, like a circle, right? I'm going to use round and circle. But this part of it, I would say, is kind of like a rectangle. I think that the stem is kind of like a rectangle. So I'm going to say rectangle to describe the properties of the stem. We can also talk about the texture. And you guys can't feel the pumpkin. So I know some of you might know what a pumpkin feels like, but I'm going to just go ahead and tell you what my pumpkin feels like so I can describe the texture. It's pretty smooth. It's pretty smooth. It's kind of hard. And it has a few bumps, so it's like a little bit bumpy too. And the stem is like super rough. If you could touch it, you'd feel it's like really rough, and it's kind of pointy too at the end. So you can use a lot of those words to describe the texture of my pumpkin. And the last one I want to do is the color. So you guys can look at the color. And we know that a pumpkin is orange. This pumpkin is orange. And the stem is kind of like a brownish black with some white in it. So that's how I can describe the color property of our pumpkin. And so there's lots of cool things with the pumpkin. I'll try in class with you guys. We'll try and look at some more properties besides just these four of the pumpkin. And you guys can start noticing properties of different objects. Maybe some objects have the same properties as pumpkins. Maybe some have different. But we'll talk about this more in class. So I'll see you guys later. Bye.